Right, we are going to do a few questions about polar coordinates. We want to review how to graph those, or if you've not done it in class, then you're just going to learn how to do it here. So, polar coordinates are graphed on a polar grid, and it looks circular like this. This kind of reminds me of what it might look like if you're on a submarine and you were looking through that little, I can't remember what it's called right now, but looking through the little device that they can use to see up out of the water. And it has this circular grid to it. And this is really like a different way to have coordinates, but they're just circular coordinates. So, not everything's rectangular. XY grid is rectangular. This is circular. And it gives you a little bit more options on how to plot things and the way that graphs will look. And so it's very interesting, actually, and it has some real life application to it. But maybe we'll be able to get to that later. So let's look at this first one here. All your coordinates are given in a format of r and theta. So honestly, this is just the radius of the circle you're looking at, and then this theta is the angle. If we wanted to plot the point 4 pi over 2, we would find the circle that has a radius of 4, which is this one, and then we will follow that circle till we get to pi over 2, and there put our point. So that right there is the point 4 pi over 2. And actually, if we think about it as a vector, it has a magnitude of 4, and it's going at a 90-degree angle. So that's really what this is. It's like a way to plot a vector on a grid almost. All right, let's look at this one. But before we do that, let's talk about how, remember from the unit circle, angles that are positive are generated from 0 in this direction. Negative angles are going this way. All right. Now, when I get to pi, here's the halfway point, positive, positive. If I want to get a positive angle, I keep going in this direction, right? And then if I'm over here at pi and I want a negative angle, if I'm going in this direction, get a negative angle, I keep going in this direction around the circle to generate a negative angle. Keep that in mind because that is going to get a little bit tricky maybe over here. So this says to plot the point 4, negative 210. So we go to the radius of 4. Now from here, we've got to go negative 210 degrees. Well, that means from 0, I've got to go 210 in the negative direction. Well, if I get here, that's negative 180. 30 more than that would put me at 150. All right, so that's where that point would be for negative 210, measuring everything from 0, okay, on this side when r is positive. Okay, so what's another way you could have found this angle? Remember that coterminal stuff we talked about at the beginning of the year? You could add 360 to it and know that that's the same as the angle, the point 4, 150. It works out both ways. All right, so there's those first two. So you've got two examples there where your radius is both positive. So what happens when the radius is a negative number? Let's talk about that. All right, here we're given an r of negative 2. So from 0, 0, we want to go to the second radius to the left. All right, so we're right here at negative 2. Keep that in mind. Now, from this axis, we want to go a positive direction of 60 degrees. So that means I'm at 180. If I start at 0 and I'm going around in this direction, when I get to 180, I'm going to keep going this direction, right? To go positive. So that means from here, from this axis, I want to go 60 degrees. So where would that put us at? If we start at 180, we go 60 more, that puts us at 240. So right here is where the point negative 260 would be, because it's 60 degrees right here from that line to where that circle is. Okay, that's 60 degrees right there. Now, I know that it's more than that from 0, but we're measuring it from the second radius when we move to the left of the origin. Or one more. This is the hardest one. Negative r and negative angle. All right, so we go to the negative third. 1, 2, 3. So the negative just tells you which way from 0 to go. Then this tells you what angle you are traveling from that axis that you're on. Okay, so we were at 1, 2, 3 is where I actually need to be right here. Now, 0 we generate negative angles in this direction. So when I'm at 180, if I want to generate a negative angle from this axis, I would go in this direction. 240 degrees. Well, that's negative 180. I need 60 more, right? That would put me at 300. So from here all the way around, that right there is negative 240 degrees.